My name is Hazel. My Instagram is Hazel Grace Flow. My favorite pop is poi, hands down. I've been spinning poi for about 4.5 years. So my first exposure to flow arts was at Lightning in a Bottle Festival in 2017. My friend that I was camping with there had spun poi and I hadn't really hung out with anybody that did, and he took me to the fire circle that night and I was just blown away by all of the amazing fire spinning that I saw going on. I was just shocked that this could be happening in the middle of a festival and was just so drawn into it. Then I met some other people who were spinners and saw that there were a lot of people that were doing this, and I'm like, this is super cool. So my friend taught me how to do the 3-beat weave. I was hooked. That feeling after learning the 3-beat weave was like, this is crazy. Walking around the festival doing the 3-beat weave the whole time, you're like, this is the coolest thing I've ever done in my entire life. And bought a pair of poi at that festival, and then from there it just took off. So my motivation for spinning in the beginning was honestly the gratifying feeling that I got after learning a new trick. I was so hooked. I would go on YouTube every single day. I'd have like, okay, these are the 3 tutorials that I'm gonna watch this week and learn how to do. And it was just so satisfying to be able to have those like mini checkpoints throughout the week of being able to do something and like do it right, and it felt so satisfying. And then once I was able to build up the repertoire of the moves that I knew, I was able to start weaving them together and could just get lost in spinning poi for hours. I could just put on a mix for 2 hours and just spin poi the entire time, and I was like so captivated and hooked by it, and I just wanted to learn more and more and more. Would watch more videos of people, try to teach myself. When I first started spinning, I was actually living in Indiana, going to school there, and I didn't know a single other person who spun poi. So the whole first year of me spinning was me spinning by myself in my backyard, watching YouTube videos, and just like waiting to graduate so I can move back to California and be around other spinners. So honestly, that like solitude that I was experiencing in my flow arts motivated me a lot, because it was just me and my poi, you know? Flow state to me is that moment where you're able to drop out of your head and into your body, and you're just present in the moment. That is what I love so much about flow arts, and honestly what I feel like is my biggest motivation to keep doing it. When you are in flow state and you are spinning, you sort of forget about all of the chatter that's going on in your mind. You're not really worried about what's going to happen in the future, not really worried about what happened in the past, and you're just there moving your body with your props, and it is such an incredible feeling that I feel so grateful to have found through flow arts, because it has just truly been able to bring me so much joy and peace throughout whatever life may bring me. What inspires my flow is creating beautiful movement and patterns. I grew up doing ballet, so I feel like a lot of that dance style gets incorporated into my flow with the footwork and just being able to sort of move my body gracefully. But also, like, I love the tech and I love making super cool shapes and like 3D boxes and just trying to figure out like how's the best way that I can take this concept and like add a cool shape in it, and really just trying to visualize that grid around me all of the time and figuring out where I can like pop the poi into different places and just try and be creative with that. So that is definitely what inspires my spinning. I really like to be able to take different concepts that I learn and just sort of put in my own little like twist into it, I would say, and it's what's allowed me to come up with some pretty cool things. Yeah, I would say that my style is like flowy meets techie, I guess I would say. My middle name is Grace, and so I found that that sort of like influenced a lot of my style, because I would say it's pretty graceful, but then I also like to throw in just like crazy 3D tech. So it's like a little bit of the sort of more technical aspects of things, but then I definitely like mixing in the like extensions and flowers and weaves and just trying to have like an overall picture of graceful flow, but also bring in the tech too. So when I first started spinning poi, I would train pretty diligently. I would do 10 minutes a day, every single day, at least that much in the beginning, so that I could really build up that muscle memory. I definitely had different drills that I was doing when I was trying to learn more 3D stuff, like drilling every single day for a couple of months just to get those lines clean. These days, it's a little bit more lax, and I sort of just try to pick up the poi whenever I can throughout the day. But I found that even just spinning for like 5 minutes a day, or like small amounts of times wherever you can fit it in, it seriously makes a world of a difference when you're practicing, just being able to keep up that muscle memory. I first heard about Flow and Fire, I think through Instagram. I definitely remember following people that were sponsored by Flow and Fire and just thought it was super cool that there was this awesome prop company that was able to sponsor these artists and sort of help support them on their path. And I ordered my first pair of LED poi from Flow and Fire, and after that got my contact poi and my fire poi from them because the quality of the props are just so amazing, and I was hooked after that, and I knew that Flow and Fire was the place to buy all of my props. I wanted to be a part of the Flow and Fire team because I think that they are doing such amazing work in building props. Seriously, hands down, Flow and Fire makes the best poi out there, and everywhere I went, people would ask me, like, where's your poi from? Where do you get your poi? And I just say Flow and Fire, Flow and Fire, Flow and Fire, because they seriously have the best stuff out there. And just knowing that I would be working with a company that produces like the highest quality props possible was really awesome. My favorite part of being on the Flow and Fire team is being able to connect with the poi community in a larger way. I feel that I've been able to interact with a lot more spinners because of being on the Flow and Fire team, and also being able to get exposure to a wider variety of spinners that I wouldn't have gotten exposure to if I wasn't a part of the team. I would love to contribute to the Flow community more teaching lessons and offerings. I was gonna try to start doing some of that stuff, but then 2020 happened and it sort of like crushed the plans, but I'm hoping that moving forward I can teach more, because I know for me, when people taught me how to do poi tricks, I was so grateful, and especially in person, because a lot of the learning that I did in the beginning of my spinning journey was online. And I think being able to do in-person, one-on-one workshops with people would be such an incredible opportunity, because it makes the world of a difference. From my personal experience going to Flow festivals, being able to take poi classes just like unlocked so many doors for me, and I would love to be able to provide that to other people in the Flow community as well. I would love to shout out my friend Christina. She is my OG lady poi inspiration forever and taught me so much awesome stuff, and I'm super grateful that she was able to sort of help me grow into my poi journey. Also, shout out to Britt and Cal at Flow and Fire for sponsoring me and believing in me. I'm super, super grateful to have this opportunity, and yeah, I'm just stoked to be here.